Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your October 2021 recap. As you guys know, unfortunately I didn't get to do your October reading as I did for the other signs due to many reasons, mostly for being sick most of the month, so I'm really sorry about that. So to try and make up for that a little bit, I'm just doing a quick recap reading for you before we go into the November messages. So what was it that Sagittarius had to really hone in on in the month of October? What were the key messages here? Alright, interesting. You have the Two of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. But what we have here is the Hermit, Virgo energy. The Nine of Pentacles, right? Also Virgo energy for me, pre-Empress energy. The Ace of Swords. And the Sun card in reverse, so that's Leo. Okay, so any of those signs could mean something to you. But what I'm getting from this is pretty straightforward. I feel like there was a lot of introspection. There was a lot that needed to be revised, I would say. I think you were really focused on yourself, on your growth, on your spiritual growth as well. I feel like materially that was really important for you also, not just in terms of elevating mind, body and spirit, but also accumulating resources. I feel like that was a primary goal for you in the month of October. Maybe you felt like there were a lot of expenses in the summer and that's why you really needed to knuckle down and focus on your work and try to minimize your spending possibly. But I feel like now you feel that you've put yourself in a good position financially, you're in a good position emotionally, because of the work you've been doing, not only in terms of your income and what you do for a living, but also the work you've done within. So it's like almost you found yourself again. You found, I feel like you found your self-belief again, that you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to. I feel like you found that inner spark that really helped you to propel yourself forward in terms of a career or a business or a project. And that gave you the confidence to really just knuckle down and get the job done, which is what I see you doing here. You've done that, right? So now you feel like, okay, this is clearly the path, this is the direction. I've put myself in a much better position. I feel like with the Ace of Swords, I'm seeing things more clearly now. Like, this is what I needed to be doing, this is where I need to be, this is where my focus should lie. So I'm going to continue moving in this direction. That's what I'm getting here. So there was a lot of truths in the truths that came into your conscious awareness about how you can put yourself in a better position. And I feel like the concerns that you had in the past, a lot of those things you've kind of allowed to just fall by the wayside because you're understanding that these are in relation to past events, a past life cycle. Whereas right now you're focused on very much on the present and what it is that you want to set yourself up for in the future, which is great. And with the Sun being in reverse, I feel like you came to this understanding that only I am responsible for my happiness. The only person who can make me truly happy and to really feel like I'm abundant, that I am, you know, in this very high vibrational energy is myself. So whatever I want to see externally, it has to begin internally, and that's what you did. So this is awesome. I do feel like as well for a lot of you, you did remove your focus away from a love connection. Because I think that maybe for a period of time, it was clouding your judgment, it was clouding your vision, and it was taking up too much mental space is what I get, right? So instead of concerning yourself so much about if something was going to work out, if it was going to come back together, or, you know, if this was ever going to happen, depending on what the circumstance was, I think you shifted the focus away from another person, a connection, and onto yourself, and that served you very well, which is awesome. So how did Sagittarius wrap up the month? Interesting. You have the Emperor in reverse, that's Aries energy, and the Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I think it was a case of taking stock once again, okay? Taking stock of where perhaps you were unrelenting to look at things from a different perspective, where maybe you were digging your heels in the ground for too long about a situation, and it was only causing conflict. It was only causing stagnation. It was like trying to avoid the inevitable, is what I want to say. So you may have actually cut someone out of your life, or you're coming to the decision to do so because of this stagnation, because there was no movement on their side or your side. And you knew this was coming, but it was like you were still digging your heels in because you didn't want to give up on this situation. But I feel like, especially because we saw the Two of Wands in reverse, I feel like, yeah, it was a difficult decision to make. You were avoiding this decision for a long time, but you decided to do what was in your best interest, and that was release this. For others of you, this could be about a business or a work opportunity that you feel like wasn't actually the best thing for you. Okay, you may have started this or went into this venture or took this job thinking that it was going to provide X, Y, and Z, and actually it didn't. It fell short of your expectations, and that's why you really had to take some time to look within and see, is this something I really want for myself when I know I deserve way better? And I feel like it was a difficult decision to make, because maybe just by walking away from this, there would be a lot of unknowns. There would be a lot of instability that could come from this, especially if you didn't have something else lined up, right? Another job or another project. So it wasn't necessarily an easy decision to make, but ultimately you decided that you need to make it, or you are coming to the decision of needing to make it. Interesting. And I feel like this does tie into the oracle messages that I've pulled for this month. So this ties in pretty nicely actually with what's coming up this month for you. So we'll take a look at that now and see what it is you need to know for the month of November. Welcome back, Sag, to your Oracle and Tarot spread for the month ahead. So let's see exactly what is going on here in the month of November. So the first card you have out in terms of the Oracle from the Quantum Oracle is Stuck Energy. Okay, let me just quickly show you that. Stuck Energy. Okay, you can see that there is a man here on top of his truck, stuck in the mud, looking at the issue rather than seeing the solution with the rainbow above his head. And that's exactly what I feel like you've been in the energy of for some time now, Sagittarius, that you've been so fixated on the problem that you didn't see the solution that was staring you in the face the whole time. And that's often the case, you know, when we are really struggling with something that clearly has a great deal of importance or a big impact on us. It can be difficult to see an obvious answer, right? Because we're too fixated on what went wrong as opposed to what can go right. So it's about perspective, and I feel like that was a big theme for you, having a big change of perspective. But I feel like that is changing, okay? This stuck energy is changing for you this month. I feel like you are slowly coming around and realizing that the solution is there. It's just a matter of changing the way you view the situation, okay? So that's going to be very key at this time. I feel like it's also about looking within for the answers to be able to see it externally, because if you're too busy focusing on everything that seems to be chaotic around you, then you just get flustered, you just get even more stressed, more anxious, and the problem becomes 10 times larger, right? So it's important to just take a moment to take a step back from it, pull back, and really just look within, because you have the answers, and I can see that as I'm looking at your tarot cards, but we'll get into that in a moment. The next card you have from the Work Your Light deck is Share Your Voice. And it says here, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Yes, it's interesting that this came out, because this is essentially like your Hermit card in the tarot, and that's what we pulled for you in terms of the, you know, October recap. We did see the Hermit, so I do feel like some of you could have very strong Virgo in your chart, but regardless, I feel like you have been retreating from the world a little bit. I feel like you have not been very expressive or vocal about the things that have been irritating you, that have been getting you down, that has been keeping you feeling like you're unable to move forward in some regard, or transcend a current situation or a point that you're at in your life. You want to go further, you want to go the distance, you want to excel in some area of your life. Could be in regards to work, could be in regards to a relationship, but whatever it is, you know, this could be your overall personal development. Whatever it is, it's time to speak up. If there's something you want, you need to align to it. If there's something that needs to be communicated with regards to your wants, your wishes, now is the time to express yourself. I feel like by getting into the energy of what it is you want to attract, and then taking actions, taking steps, communicating words that are aligned to it, is what's going to help you get out of the situation, that's going to move this stuck energy. And I do feel like for some of you, you're having to speak your truth when it comes to a connection, because there's something about it that isn't working for you anymore. And I feel like for a long time, perhaps you've been biting your tongue, and that's why you're having maybe even some throat issues or anything to do with, you know, the airways. And it's because you're not expressing yourself. You're holding all of that pent up energy within you, all of those emotions. And of course, when we do that, that starts to have some physical, that comes out in the form of physical ailments, that has an impact on our physical body, whatever's going on with us emotionally. So that's what I feel like has been taking place with some of you. So now it's time to really just open up and express how you really feel. That's what you're being very strongly encouraged to do, especially because from the angel answers, you have communicate clearly, right? Like, it doesn't get any more obvious and clear than that. It's time to express yourself, okay? From the heart, not from the mind or, you know, from the fear, from the heart. What is it that you feel? Because your feelings are valid, and clearly there is something that you deeply desire, there's something you want more than anything. But there's also something that you feel like is holding you back from the very thing that it is that you're seeking. So now is the time to get very clear on what that is and express that clearly, because you have an opportunity coming in. She's holding a world, right? A globe. There is the world card here. We'll get to that in a moment. So I feel like what you don't know is that you have a whole world of opportunity opening up to you. Your horizons are expanding, okay? You can even see that here with the pyramids in the background and all those lights. Okay, your horizons are expanded. She's even lit up. So the only thing that can hold you back right now is yourself, I feel. And that would be such a shame when you have so much potential that is bubbling up inside of you and it's coming to the surface. So it would be a waste of that energy, purely because you've been holding yourself back from speaking your truth. So that is a very strong theme for this month, but we'll go into the tarot now and see what else we can find out. First card out is the World card. So that's all the fixed signs: Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. But I feel like this is it, right? The old cycle has come to an end. A new one is opening, is beginning. But even though you're being handed the keys, it's up to you to take them, right? It's up to you to take that initial step to meet the universe halfway. And that does mean addressing whatever this stuck energy is. Like I said, for some of you, this is about work, career. For others of you, this is about a relationship or some aspect of your development, your growth, your maybe even in terms of your career growth, right? Whatever it is, there's something that needs addressing. So you can truly put that last cycle to bed and really explore all of this hidden potential that's now coming to the surface. Next, you have the High Priestess. Okay, it says the Priestess is the High Priestess, Pisces energy. So this is what I was saying before. Your intuition is there. It's very much on point. I feel like you are consciously aware of what it is that you want to create. You know that there is a lot of room for further expansion, for growth, for new opportunities to come in. You're feeling it intuitively. You're getting those hits and those signs that now is a good time to move on whatever it is you want to create. But if you're still harboring this energy of feeling trapped or stuck, or like you can't move forward in some area of your life, that blockage is going to have an effect on all other areas. So that's why it needs to be addressed, because I feel like this is something that's been holding you back for quite some time and it's not serving you. I feel like luckily you're opening up more and more and more. You're coming out of the cave, right? And you're starting to come forward once again and expressing yourself from this really truly authentic place, from an ascendant energy, okay? It's not coming from, you know, any lower vibrational emotions. The way you're communicating, the way you're carrying yourself is very high vibrational. So that's why you're being encouraged to speak your truth, because you're not going to say or do anything that is going to cause karmic consequences, right? But there is a need to express yourself, that's for sure. So as long as you maintain this energy and you just speak from that place of love and not from any resentment, anger, frustration, then I feel like you're going to see positive changes across the board. Next you have the Three of Wands. So this is it. I feel like you've been waiting for the right time to make your move, to express something, to communicate something to someone. I do feel like this is about a conversation that's been needing to take place between you and another person. Interestingly, I did get that same message in October for Aries. So if you have Aries in your chart, I recommend watching the Aries October reading, or if you're dealing with an Aries, because there's a similar kind of energy coming through here. But I feel like, yeah, there's been this long waiting period of seeing how things unfold and if anything will change before taking that final step. Because once this step has been taken, once this process has been initiated, whatever's done here cannot be undone. And you're very consciously aware of that, that if I take this step, there is no going back. It's going to cause a chain reaction. So you've been delaying, like I said earlier, the inevitable. But now is the time. You know that it's time to do what you know is right. And that is to express what needs to be said in this given circumstance. Whatever the situation is for you personally, it's going to vary from person to person. But I feel like there is a very strong underlying theme for you guys that you need to speak up. You need to be open and honest about how you feel, what you want, what isn't aligned to you, what doesn't work for you. So you can take the steps, the necessary steps to make the necessary changes. Next you have the King of Wands, okay? So that is specifically Leo, but this could be you, Sagittarius, in your divine masculine energy. So I feel like, you know, you could be dealing with a fellow fire sign, but regardless, this is about you having the courage to stand up, to go after what it is that you want, to express yourself, to not be afraid, to show up, be present, radiate that light, okay? Regardless of what anyone says or thinks, expressing yourself. A lot of you could be creative as well. I'm getting with this, I mean, the King of Wands is a highly creative energy. It's like one of the most creative cards in the deck. So you could be a creative, an artist, or someone who has a very artistic or creative mind. And I feel like you can find creative solutions to the problems you have as well. Hence the rainbow above his head, right? This is a creative solution to an obvious problem, right? And that's what I feel like you're being encouraged to do. Use that gift that you have to find creative solutions, to create changes, powerful changes in your life, because you are way more powerful than you realize. You are harnessing the energy of fire. That is extremely powerful. And especially, you know, if you use it in a beneficial way, then I feel like you can really amplify your vision, your dreams, and manifest things very quickly. So that's what you're being encouraged to do, to take action here towards making the changes you seek. Next, you have the Empress. Taurus, Libra energy, but this could also be referring to Aries in the feminine, okay? But regardless, this is about you. I feel like this is about your divine feminine aspect. knowing that you are creating your reality every single day with your thoughts, your words, your actions, your beliefs, with your energy. And that's the thing, you are making these changes. Whatever changes you're starting to feel, this surge of energy that's rising from within your solar plexus, I feel like that is all being initiated by you, by the work you've been doing within yourself, by the change of mindset that you've had, the change in perspective. So it's paying off, it's already yielding results. If you carry on in this direction, I feel like you'll be surprised how quickly things can shift, especially this stuck energy. I feel like you're attracting a lot of abundance and you may not even realize it, but you'll soon see it. You will definitely soon see that because you're in a very high vibration, which is awesome. And then lastly, you have the Queen of Cups, Cancerian energy. So you have Pisces and Cancer here. So you may have water in your chart. You could even be connected to a water sign. But I feel like there is someone that you have a great deal of love for, care for, somebody who's very close to your heart. This could be a love interest. This could be a parent. This could be a child, right? You could be a mother, a father. But regardless, I feel like the love that you have already in your life, in all forms, is truly a blessing. And not only is it a blessing, it's also giving you the faith, the courage to keep pursuing your passions, your dreams, to keep creating powerful changes in your life. So I feel like this reading for you is not about one specific thing. This is about you as a whole and the changes you are implementing within and therefore without. But I feel like you are embodying this Queen of Cups energy. You're in a very intuitive, powerful frequency right now, very tapped in spiritually, very open emotionally. And I feel like this maternal energy is coming through very strongly for you at this time as well. So there's things that you're looking to protect, not just people in your life, but also your heart and your vision. And I think that's why you know that there is a difficult conversation that needs to be had, because you are in this protector mode of wanting to protect your stability, your family, your heart, your vision, your goals, your aspirations. And if there's something or someone that is kind of either not aligned to it or is jeopardizing it, then now is the time to address that. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Moon, Pisces, Cancerian energy, which we have here. Some of you guys have definitely got this in your chart, or you're dealing with someone with a strong water energy in their chart. But I feel like there's a lot that still remains unknown. There's a lot that still feels like it's shrouded in shadow. Again, connected to this stuck energy. But I feel like emotionally, intuitively, you already have the answers you seek. But when it comes to what may be communicated by the person you may be connected to or dealing with or trying to release, I feel like that will only come from having this conversation. Okay? Because this may even be someone that you're already in separation with, but you have a desire to reconnect with. Or this is someone that you feel like you truly do need to release. Or a situation or a business or a project or a job that needs to be released, okay? Or a job you need to pursue. It's gonna be varying from different, it's gonna vary from person to person, but I feel like, yeah, there is a saboteur energy in your life that needs addressing. So, with that said, we're gonna go into the extended now. So if you're curious to dive deeper into these messages and see what exactly could be going on with this situation, what is likely to come about from having this communication, and the potential outcome here, as well as what you could be manifesting at this time, you can find the link in the description box below. Otherwise, if this is where we leave your reading, I just want to say thank you so much, Sagittarius, not only for checking this out, but for being so patient with me. You guys haven't complained at all. You've been very understanding, so thank you so much for bearing with me while I focused on my health. If you found this reading useful, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Click the notifications bell so you know when your next set of readings are published. And honestly, I think November is going to be an awesome month for you. As long as you continue in this energy and with this perspective, I feel like you're creating massive changes in your life. I feel like you're exactly where you need to be. So continue on that trajectory and you have nothing to worry about. So sending you guys lots of love and I will speak to you soon. Bye.